Good morning everyone, welcome back to the workbench. It has been 48 hours now since I last painted this. I've had a couple of days off. I've got the coffee going ready already this morning and ready to get into it. Speaking of coffee, I'm trying out a new coffee this morning and I've got to tell you, I don't like it. Yeah, I've just finished that. Won't be buying that one again, I can tell you. Okay, now let's get back into the ship. The other thing I wanted to bring up too is one of the reasons I covered this was so we don't get, damage the ship at the hull. And already I have a few bits and pieces on there. So, it's a good reason to keep it covered up. So right now we have the red, we have the black, and we have one of the camouflage colours. So we have a couple more colours to go. Now to put the other two colours on, we are working with roughly, it's actually really hard to see this now because of all the paint, but right on about 20 mil we're working on this line here. So forget about the rest of the ship, let's just now start to think small scale as we start to really nut out all this camouflage, which is basically what we did the other day, but we only worked it out as in fading. So we're back to almost what we said the other day. Now, I want to mention this mat for 1 minute. I was quite okay with building models without a mat. My partner brought me this mat, and I really, really like it because of this. So, let me just come back to here for a second. I can zoom in again, and when I'm doing stuff, I know exactly where I need to be. I can also, see if I can do this while I'm on camera, I can also zoom in 10 times. So that is there. So if I wanted to do some stuff, I could really muck around and get a bit of an idea where it is. So number one, I want to say thank you for my partner for that. And number two, just explain to you, because we can go from 10 times to that in a second. You're like, okay, are you waffling on? Are you just talking about the mat? No, there's a very good reason why I'm talking about the mat. So each one of these squares is 10 mil by 10 mil, or in the old scale 1 centimeter, I think you call it. I don't really work in centimeters, doesn't work for me. Anyway, so why I'm mentioning this is because we need to work on 20 mil, and we have 20 mil right here in multiple scales, no matter where you want to work. So another very good reason for the mat. So here I have my trusty tape measures back out again, and I'm showing you this because we are going to draw on them. Not bad. Yeah, you can kind of draw on that. Do they rub out? No, that one doesn't. Yeah, anyway, I like the green stuff. You might have this stuff. I don't really know what this one costs because I don't really think about it when I buy it. But anyway, the whole point of this is we're back to doing what we did the other day, and we're going to use the scales on the bench to mark out our 20 mil, and between the plane and everything else, we're going to nut this out. Because in a perfect world, this would come with a sticker pack where you just go, right, bang this sticker on, paint the next colour, bang the next sticker on, paint the next colour, and before you know it, you would have your camouflage already done. Doesn't come with that, so we have to make it up ourselves. One thing I really noticed about this plane, which I know for a fact on other pictures I've seen, everything else, this is really, really incorrect. This shape is really more like a leaf shape than this shape. Again, this is your ship, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to, you can follow these plans and no one will knock you for it. And it'll still look really, really nice. It's just, I'm 99% positive this is not correct, this plane. Now here I have my other plane kind of blown up, and the more I blew it up, the more it sort of went out of shape. But as you can see, this is very much more like a leaf shape rather than that pointy shape. And this only has 3 colours, whereas I did notice, and I found it a little bit confusing, that this ship technically has 4. So you got the white, although I've never seen any illustration with this ship having white. And this is why I said earlier on, I think they're giving you the choice here of either the white or the grey. But you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4 different colours. And to be honest with you, I don't like the colours anyway. I think they're all wrong, and I just think this whole colour chart is wrong. So here's the one we're going off with just the 3 colours, and yeah. That other plan I showed you a minute ago was virtually the same plan but blown up, but because this is not blown up so much, it is a little clearer to see everything. So some of it I'll go off this plan, and some of it I'll go off this plan. So we've already worked out that we're roughly working with 20 mil, and this tape is actually, could I get that on the camera? So there we have it at 24 mil. So what I've just done now, I've stuck down one piece of tape on our grid line here. First of all, I'm going to do is I could probably chop out the part that I don't need to bring it back to 20 mil, which I might do that anyway. So there we have our piece of tape, 20 mil by about, it's approximately 40 mil long. I know it's a little long for what we need for the first piece. So the first piece we're going to concentrate on is the little leaf bit that I was talking about at the front earlier. So in a perfect world, we could say that I could blow this plan up to the same as that and work it all out, but again, I can't do that because the more I blow that plan up, the more it becomes distorted. So this one here, we're gonna use this one, even though it's slightly distorted. It's a little bigger for you guys to see. So here is our waterline, just here. I think we're going to show you something on the other plan for a second. I'm bringing you in to show you this one because here is the curve of what we have already on the ship that's partly covered up. And I'm mentioning this because this shadow here runs across and almost in line with this. So if I put a ruler on there, oop, let's just knock the camera about. You can see that by the time we hit that water line, we are probably just above it. Now if I go the other way, let's hit that line on there, and you can, maybe not, oh yeah, you can see. So what we have here is just above it that the leaf shape, we're going to call it, starts. Here is the ship. There's that round bit that I was talking about. So we are talking about, there is actually a line that goes all the way through there, and it might be on there for a good reason. So let's just say that is bang on. We are talking about 14 mil, 13.5 mil. If we could probably go above it. Let's say 14 mil to round everything off, because we don't have to be that perfect. So there's my 14 mil on the line. So we now know the depth of where we're going. So we can see on this plan we're virtually coming back just from the mast, which will be right on the corner, to almost in line with the first anchor. So that's the anchor. We're probably just past it. There is a porthole here, and there's a porthole next to it which we discovered was not there the other day. And there is one in the middle, I think. So this is, so we've already got our depth down. Now we need to know our width. So we need to be roughly in line with the anchor, thereabouts. Here it is on the blown up version. I know it's not very clear, but it gives you another indication of where it is. So there's the anchor, there's the end of the line there roughly, and we can just sort of pick up that that's the part of the mast. So that's the length. Now coming back to the ship, we're going to start maybe a couple of mil in from the end, and then probably just past the first anchor. So I'm going to call this, well, let's go 30 mil just for sake of it. So now I have my 30 mil long by approximately 14 down, I think it was. Yes, it was 14 mil. So the whole point of this now, this is where, you know, all that drawing stuff that you did when you were younger sort of comes into it. So we know roughly the shape, we know it's roughly a leaf shape, and we know it kind of comes across from this corner. I'll see if I can get them both in there. So we kind of want to come across from this corner, up like that. And you can fade this one in as you go. There. And because it's a leaf shape, we want to go from the top there, inside. So that's almost in line with the, just past the first one. So we need to measure that. So I'm not actually touching the ship, I'm just trying to do this in your perspective on the camera. There's our 30 mil roughly there. We want to go just past it, so I'm going to say 15 mil. That's about it. Because we do want to come in from the edge of the ship, or from the nose of the ship, just in, so 15 mil. So I've just drawn in the 15 mil, and we kind of want to come back kind of around. Now we sort of want to come out and around, kind of like that. And this is the beauty of the tape and sort of drawing it on there. And what we kind of do now is just, I might just bring that line back around a bit more. And there we have what I said earlier, which is kind of like the leaf shape. The whole point of this is, now that I've got my shape and it's pretty much to scale on the ship, and I've just shown you how to do it, I can now cut this shape out. It's not perfect, I can readjust it a little bit, you know, as I go, or I can draw it on there. Yeah, it's probably a little further down here, across. That's the beauty of drawing, and that's pretty much the shape that I'm after. So let's cut that out. There's the bottom off. There's the top now free. So there's our sticker. What we're going to do now, we're going to put this sticker onto the ship. And the reason I've gone from the top down is because we want to paint the top of the ship afterwards. So if we put this just on the top and work our way down, we know we're going to be in line with all these stickers. Trick now is to get this sticker up without messing it up. So I just sort of feathered up the end and just kind of lift it as I go now. And it's lifting up. Now I don't mind this one touches my fingers because I don't want this one too sticky. I do want to stick, but yeah, so it's okay to mess with it a little bit. Now, let's go to the ship. So there's the ship. There's the first porthole, which we know it starts just after that. We're going to bang it on there, place it just in front. And so it's probably just around about there. Just do the tip first. Yeah, happy with that. Probably could have come down a little more forward. We'll do that. Just straighten the sticker up. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm looking for is the edge very nice. And then basically we'll just roll the sticker on just like that. So, what we now have is our first sticker on. And if you're not happy with that sticker, I mean, we are still staying with all the lines. We sort of coming across that leaf shape. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either. So, that is how you do one sticker. We've probably already wasted an episode's worth on that. What I'll do is I'll start to mark up the second one, but we won't be as particular as the first one. So on the plan, we can see that the light colour ends almost, there's a porthole just underneath where the first torrent is. So we're going to look for that, and it's probably somewhere right around here. There's the portholes. So we're working this out now to get our length once again. Yeah. So according to the plan, those two portholes are the one we're talking about, and it wants to be just in front of that one there. So now we know the length. Also, while we're at it, the other end is just in front of the anchor point, somewhere around about here. I don't want to draw on it. I don't even want to mark it, to be honest. So we're going to take that measurement. I'll do that off camera. Okay, so I measured it. It's 70mm long. So again, we'll set the next strip up. There we have the 70 by 14mm grid. And I've just taken the bottom of the tape off to bring that back to 20mm. Zooming in on the plan, we are just above, just like the last one, almost in line with the last one actually, of where it touches the bottom under here, which was about 14mm long if I remember correctly. So yeah. The other thing I wanted to point out, that this edge is almost the same edge as this one here, as if this one was almost chopped off this one. Lucky for me. So I saved my last sticker, and we know it's roughly the same angle, so from here I can kind of get the first angle down. I don't want to follow the stick all the way through, I just want the angle down. So that's giving me my angle down. Take the sticker off. I'm going to kind of just sort of hand follow that through and curve it just a little bit at the same time. And then sort of follow it through roughly just like that. So my first line is about 27 long, and the other line is a little longer than that. So we've got to at least be longer than that. So the other one was 25. I've just marked out 35. And we've got to kind of go in a straight line down with a very slight curve. So if we put in a straight line from there to there, roughly there, and we want to put in a very slight curve, so we'll go from there. Now we will just hand draw this up to that corner, coming down and around to this corner here. And that is how we get our line for this one. So if you're not good with the knife to cut this stuff out, because it's already marked on there, you can lift this up with a pair of scissors, cut it out. So I did actually cut this one out with a pair of scissors, just to see the difference. Probably going to say it's a little harder with scissors, but if you take your time, it's quite fine. So I've just stuck a bit of sticker on there, so without marking this ship, to sort of say this is where I want the sticker to start from. So there's the second sticker on. So about 10 minutes of muck around putting this sticker on. Every time I put it on the top edge here and here, it seemed to disappear here. So I had to just raise this one up just a fraction, and I'll re-trim this sticker off a little bit later. So there we have the kind of the camouflage of the light stuff. So the point of this is to cover the first color. So when I paint the next color, this stuff stays. This makes a nice line, as I've explained earlier. So what I'll do now, I'll continue on with the rest of it. Here is the next camouflage piece here. So the next sticker is 60mm long. So there's the next one marked out. There it is with all the extras peeled off it. So there is the next one on. So there's the next sticker drawn out. There's the sticker. There's the next one on. There's the next one marked out. There's the sticker. There's the next sticker. Now this sticker, because it's the end of the ship, I'm not going to chop off the excess. I want the extra sticky stuff to help hold it down. So I'm only going to remove this corner here. Well, there we have the first lot of camouflage on the ship, all marked out. It's probably taken 3 hours. Now I'll flip it over and do the other side. But I'll do the other side off the camera. I think what we'll do is call it a day here for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a little in depth, but that's okay. You see the result at the end of it. It's quite nice. And I really hope to catch you on the next one. Bye.